There are places in this world that don't feel empty, even when no one is there. Places where the air feels heavier after sundown, where the wind doesn't move right, where the land remembers things it was never meant to keep. This is one of those places. They say the land out here is cursed, that it watches you, learns you. Old ranchers used to say if you heard your name called at night, you never answered. Not even if the voice sounded familiar. Not even if it sounded like someone you loved. Because some things don't hunt with teeth, they hunt with memory. The old ranch sat where the sagebrush thinned, and the land went quiet, too quiet. Like the earth itself was holding its breath. Everyone in town knew Elias Crowder. He'd been a rancher his whole life, born on that land. Buried his parents on the hill behind the barn, and never once talked about leaving. Folks trusted him. He waved when you passed, fixed fences for neighbors, kept his head down. But they also knew one rule: don't be on Crowder Ranch after dark. I learned that rule too late. The cattle started going missing in early winter, gates still chained, fences intact. Whole sections of the herd just gone. When Elias found tracks, they didn't make sense. Hooves that turned into barefoot impressions. Long drag marks, like something had crawled on its knuckles and decided halfway it wanted to walk upright. The nights were worse. Coyotes wouldn't come near the place anymore. Dogs refused to leave the porch, whining with their tails tucked so tight they shook. And sometimes, right after midnight, Elias heard his name called from the tree line. It always sounded like someone he loved. His mother, his father, once his own voice. That's when he started sleeping with the lights on and the rifle across his chest. I was helping him repair a fence the evening I noticed the smell. Rot and wet iron, like blood, soaked into old soil. The sun was already sinking when Elias froze mid-step. "Did you hear that?" he asked. I hadn't. Not yet. Then it came slow, deliberate footsteps circling the barn. Too heavy for a man, too steady for an animal. The horses inside began to scream, slamming against the stalls. Elias whispered, "Don't answer it, no matter what it says." That's when it spoke. My name, perfectly, kindly, like I was being called in for dinner. I took one step forward before Elias grabbed my arm hard enough to bruise. "Don't," he said. "It learns that way." The thing showed itself near the corral fence. At first, it looked like a rancher hat. Coat, boots, tall, familiar. Then the moonlight shifted, and the details unraveled. The joints bent wrong. The coat hung over a body that didn't fit inside it. Its smile stretched too far, splitting where the cheeks should stop. Its eyes were empty. Not blind, just hollow, like windows to a room no one lived in anymore. It cocked its head and spoke again, this time in Elias's father's voice. "You've been alone too long, son." Elias raised the rifle with shaking hands. "I know what you are." The thing laughed, but it didn't come from its mouth. It came from everywhere at once. From the dirt, the barn walls, inside my chest. "You fed me," it said. "You bled on this land. You buried your dead here. You invited me." That's when Elias told me the truth. Years ago, during a drought, he'd found something starving and broken near the ravine. It wore a man's face badly and begged for help. Elias, young, grieving, desperate, had dragged it onto the ranch. He gave it water, shelter, meat. The first calf went missing the next morning. The second time, it stood up straighter. The third time, it learned how to speak. "You don't kill a skinwalker," Elias said quietly. "You contain it." He fired not at the creature, but at the oil drums stacked near the corral. Flames roared up, cutting off the thing's path. It screamed, then dropping the human shape entirely. What stood in the fire was wrong in every direction, bones bending, fur peeling away from skin that shifted like it couldn't decide what it was supposed to be. It ran into the dark, shrieking my name as it went. I left the ranch before dawn. Elias stayed. Sometimes, late at night, when the wind is just right, I still hear him on the radio station, his voice calm, friendly, warning travelers to stay on the road. And sometimes, just sometimes, there's another voice beneath his, listening, learning, waiting for midnight again.